I stopped supporting my brother's family after he said no place for outsiders. That's why I wasn't invited to Christmas. Now he's losing it. I always believed family was everything. Through thick and thin, I was there for my brother, Ryan, covering bills when he was struggling, helping out with his kids, and making sure his family never went without. I never asked for anything in return. I just wanted to be a good brother. But this year, something changed. Christmas was always a big deal for our family. Every year, we'd gather at Ryan's house, share laughs, exchange gifts, and enjoy a meal together. It was a tradition. At least that's what I thought. A week before Christmas, I noticed something strange. No call, no invite, no mention of the usual family gathering. I brushed it off at first, assuming Ryan was just busy, but something felt off. When I finally asked him about it, his response left me frozen. Look, we're keeping things small this year. Just family. Family, as if I wasn't part of it. I tried to keep my voice steady. Ryan, I don't understand. We always do Christmas together. There was no hesitation in his voice. Yeah, but there's just no place for outsiders, you know? I felt like the air had been knocked out of my lungs. After everything I had done for him, I was suddenly an outsider? I didn't argue. I didn't beg for an invitation. If that's how he saw me, fine. But a part of me couldn't help but wonder, was I only family when he needed my money? I decided then and there. If I wasn't family enough for Christmas, then I wasn't family enough to keep supporting him. And that's where it all began. After that conversation with Ryan, I sat in silence for a long time. The words "no place for outsiders" kept echoing in my head, repeating like a broken record. It wasn't just about Christmas. It was a clear message. I was only useful to him when he needed something. For years, I had been the one helping him out. When his wife, Emily, lost her job, I covered their rent. When their car broke down, I paid for the repairs. When they wanted their kids in a better school, I helped with tuition. And now I wasn't even worthy of a seat at the dinner table. That was the moment something inside me shifted. I wasn't angry, not yet. I was just done. For the first time in my life, I saw my relationship with Ryan for what it really was. It wasn't about family. It was about convenience. And if I wasn't family enough to be invited to Christmas, then why should I be family enough to keep paying for his life? So I stopped. At first, nothing happened. Christmas passed and I spent it alone. It wasn't ideal, but I was used to being on my own. I figured Ryan wouldn't even notice that the money had stopped. But I was wrong. 3 weeks later, my phone rang. I let it go to voicemail. A few minutes later, another call. Then another. Then Emily called. Then Ryan again. I knew exactly what was happening. Still, I waited. Then the texts came. Hey man, I need to talk to you. Call me back. Dude, what's going on? I just checked my account. Are you seriously ignoring me? I need your help. Help. There it was. I finally picked up when he called again, keeping my voice neutral. What's up? His tone was immediately frustrated. You know what's up. The money. Why didn't you send anything this month? I let out a small laugh. Oh, I figured you didn't need an outsider's money. Silence. For the first time, Ryan had no words. No place for outsiders, right? I continued. That's what you said. He stammered, his confidence crumbling. Look, man, that's not what I meant. You know that. I was stressed. But we need you, okay? The mortgage is due. Emily's still not working. The kids. I cut him off. Not my problem. Another pause. Then his voice changed. He wasn't asking anymore. He was demanding. You can't do this, man. We're family. I smiled. No, Ryan. I was family, until you made it clear I wasn't. I hung up. I knew this wasn't over. Ryan wasn't the type to accept no easily. But this time, he had no idea what was coming. After I hung up on Ryan, I expected him to back off, at least for a while. But instead, things escalated faster than I imagined. It started with Emily's texts. Hey, I know Ryan can be harsh, but the kids shouldn't suffer because of this. They love you, you know? Don't do this to them. If you're mad at Ryan, fine. But don't punish our family over a misunderstanding. Misunderstanding. Funny how people suddenly change their tune when money's involved. Then came the calls from Mom. First, I ignored them, but she was relentless, so I finally picked up. "You're really going to let your own brother suffer?" she asked, not even bothering with a hello. I sighed. "He's the one who told me I wasn't family, remember? You know he didn't mean it like that," she snapped. "He was just stressed. Why are you being so petty?" I almost laughed. "Petty? Let me get this straight," I said, my voice calm. "I've given Ryan thousands of dollars over the years, helped him when no one else did. And the moment I say no, I'm petty?" Mom hesitated. "That's not what I meant. But he's struggling. He has a family to take care of. And whose fault is that?" I asked. "Because last time I checked, I didn't marry Emily. I didn't tell them to buy a house they couldn't afford. And I sure as hell didn't make Ryan call me an outsider." Her voice turned cold. "So that's it? You're just abandoning your own family?" I took a deep breath, then said the words I'd been holding in for years. "No, Mom. You abandoned me first." And with that, I hung up. I thought that was the end of it. I had set my boundary. I had made my choice. But Ryan wasn't done. The next day, I got a call from an unknown number. I normally don't answer, but something told me to pick up. It was Ryan, and he was furious. "You think you're better than us, huh?" he growled. "You think just because you have money, you can treat me like garbage?" I didn't respond. I just let him rant. "You're so selfish. You have everything, and you won't even help your own brother. I swear, if my family ends up homeless, that's on you." I let out a short laugh. "No, Ryan, that's on you. You're going to regret this," he hissed before hanging up. I put my phone down and exhaled. I wasn't going to regret this, but Ryan would. After Ryan's final outburst, I thought I had heard the last of him. I was wrong. For the next few weeks, I kept my distance. Christmas came and went. For the first time in years, I spent the holidays peacefully, without the guilt-tripping and forced obligations. I had dinner with friends. I relaxed. And honestly, it felt good. Then, a few days into the new year, I got a call from our cousin, Jessica. "Hey, have you heard what's happening with Ryan?" My stomach twisted. I hadn't heard anything since the argument. "Me, no. Why?" She hesitated. "It's bad. Like, really, really bad." It turned out that Ryan's financial situation was worse than I thought. His house, in foreclosure. His credit cards, maxed out. His job, barely covering their living expenses. And the worst part? Emily was thinking about leaving him. Jessica told me that after I cut him off, Ryan became desperate. He tried asking Mom for money, but she had nothing to give. Then he went to Dad, who also shut him down. Apparently, I wasn't the only one sick of Ryan's entitlement. Then came the final blow. Emily had been patient for years, in fact. She had put up with Ryan's financial recklessness, his poor decisions, and his constant borrowing. But after realizing there was no more safety net, she snapped. She told him she was taking the kids and leaving. That's when the phone calls started up again. First, Mom tried to guilt-trip me. "Ryan's going through a rough time. You should help him." I ignored her. Then Dad tried. "He's still your brother, you know?" I ignored him too. Finally, Ryan himself called. When I saw his name flash on my screen, I almost declined it. But then I thought, no. I wanted to hear what he had to say. I answered, staying silent. "Hey." His voice was quieter than usual. I waited. "I know we haven't exactly been on the best terms." I raised an eyebrow. That's one way to put it. "And I know I said some things I shouldn't have. About Christmas. About you not being family." I stayed quiet. I was wrong. There it was. "Emily, she left," he admitted. "She took the kids to her parents' place. She said she's tired of struggling." I kept waiting. "I don't know what to do," he continued. "I need help. I just need a little money to get back on my feet, you know? I swear I'll pay you back." I laughed. Actually laughed. Ryan never learned. I took a deep breath and finally spoke. There's no place for outsiders, right? He went silent. What? I repeated myself. That's what you said to me. That's why I wasn't invited to Christmas. Because I wasn't family. I could hear his breathing get heavier. That was different. I scoffed. No, Ryan, it wasn't. For years, I had been the backup plan whenever Ryan screwed up. Not anymore. You made your bed, I told him. Now you get to lie in it. His voice turned angry. You don't get it. This isn't just about me. My kids are Emily's responsibility now. I cut him off. Not mine. His tone turned desperate. Please, man. I hung up. And just like that, it was over. A month later, I found out Ryan moved back in with our parents. Emily officially filed for divorce. She had taken the kids and refused to let Ryan see them without court supervision. As for my parents, they started blaming each other for everything. Mom thought Dad should have stepped in earlier to stop Ryan from ruining his life. Dad thought Mom had coddled Ryan too much. Meanwhile, I moved on. I stopped worrying about a family that never cared about me. This whole experience taught me something valuable. Family isn't about blood. It's about who actually stands by you. Ryan, Mom, Dad, they were just people I shared blood with. But the people who truly supported me, my friends, the people who never made me feel like an outsider, and those were the people I chose to keep in my life. Be sure to comment and tell me about your opinion about the OP. If you guys like this confession and want to listen more confession story like this, then click on the like button and subscribe to me. Your sub motivate me to create more video like this. See you in a next video with new story.